kind of an interesting choice for the era. And who do they choose to model Julius Caesar after?
I wonder who.
Yeah, they're not going to do it in the classical sense or tell it as an allegory. This is the other thing that pisses me off about the left. You could definitely tell this story and make it a criticism of Trump and make that your thing by doing it with metaphor, doing it with like comparisons. But what they did was they set it in a modern time and they made the characters the Caesar is Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That is not metaphor. That is literalism. And have you seen the video of the murder scene?
No, I avoided that like the plague because I try to save my anger for the show or for when I go to Zaxby's and I just can't help it.
Yeah. Well, the video of the murder scene, which is fairly early on in the play. So it's about the play's called Julius Caesar, but he dies in like the fourth scene of the play. And then it's mostly about the ensuing civil battle that happens between the conspirators and the non-conspirators. Anyway.
Oh my God. Well, they're planning ahead at least.
Yeah. The battle scene, the scene of him being killed in the script is basically just him getting stabbed. Et tu, Brute, he dies. This is one of the most visceral fight stage choreographies that I've ever seen. Close to scenes. The only other scene that I've ever seen that made me feel in my gut what this showed was Othello, when Othello kills Desdemona in a production that I worked on. And it was so visceral the way that he grabbed her and choked her to death that, like, it was kind of frightening. And this was the same thing. He's fighting off multiple attackers. He's, it's almost like a Kung Fu Matrix movie, John Wick style thing. And they are coming at him nonstop. And I see that and I'm just like, you're making this seem normal. You're making this seem okay. And whatever your objections are to the president, this doesn't seem okay. And the talking heads argue that, well, this same director... Go ahead.
Just go ahead with your point, because I'm going to get off on a tangent here.
This same director did a show in 2012 that featured a very Obama-like Julius Caesar. It was like, yeah, but the death of Caesar was pretty much like it is in the script, and he was just a young, charismatic leader. He wasn't literally wearing a suit and had the stupid haircut and like pretty much, I'm Julius Caesar. I'm huge. I'm big. I'm great. I'm grand. It's fantastic. You're fired.
Oh my God.
It's just like, you guys don't really, are you losing the idea of symbolism? Because I had the same argument with sci-fi. When I talked about sci-fi, what you do in sci-fi is you make an alien the bad guy. If you wanted to criticize Trump in a sci-fi movie, you'd make an alien that like was very xenophobic and jingoistic and whatnot, and then our characters would comment on him. But that's not what we're doing anymore. We're just literally putting Trump on stage and literally murdering him on stage, literally holding his head in photographs, and then we have a fucking shooter come out on Capitol Hill who falls into the category of this side of the aisle and no publicity. No, God, every time there's a shooter, fucking someone like Gabrielle Giffords gets shot, it's like, oh, I bet it's a right-wing extremist. No, it's a fucking psychopath. And this is a psychopath on your side, and you're not condemning him.
Yeah, and like, but the point that you just made is there was this progression, right? From symbolism to literalism to all of a sudden it bleeds over into real life fucking violence, because what you do in the pop culture affects what happens in real fucking life, you sons of bitches. So when you put a play on the fucking screen of President Trump being murdered brutally, all of a sudden some fucking asshole who has no clue about the fact that this is just some sort of make-believe on a stage, he thinks, yeah, this is a great idea. I'm going to go out and start killing motherfuckers because they voted for Trump.
Yeah. I sent you the video of the artistic director of the Public. He made a pre-show speech after because the Public lost some sponsors, which means nothing to them.
Yeah.
And everybody, the New York Times is standing by him. Of course they are, because they're a bunch of fucking cucks. And he comes out, and I don't even want to play it because fuck this guy. He comes out and justifies this decision by the public instead of apologizing.
What was his justification?
It's symbolic, and that Shakespeare has a currency, and it's in the way that it's told, and they're making an allegory and blah blah blah. And you get 3 minutes of him and hawing and basically trying to justify the fact that you staged a play where they assassinated the president on stage.
What is the fucking allegory in putting a guy who literally looks exactly like Donald Trump on stage and murdering him? That's not allegory. That's
Violently
an
murdering
instruction video.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
It pisses me off too. So the later development is a couple nights ago. Some I don't know where they're from. Who cares?
Right.
Some right wing people go to the show. They're sitting there in the audience, and as they get up to that murder scene, one person comes up out of the audience and starts shouting at them about what they're doing is wrong, and they're like, oh, we're gonna pause the show. Security escort this person off. And the public theater is public, so
Right.
Anybody can go. So then another person comes out of it, and then and they're shouting, "You are Goebbels! You are all Goebbels!" And this audience of left-wing New York dumbass sheep are all boo, boo, boo. Like, you don't realize what you're doing and how you're making it okay.
Yeah.
You guys, when the dumbass radical Westboro Baptist Church kind of people come out and burn Obama in effigy, it's right on the front fucking page of CNN telling us about what kind of bad people we are and how all members of the right, all members of the Tea Party are racist. They're all preaching this thing. You have literal shooters in Washington, D.C. killing people, and you have plays in New York about killing the president. You have celebrities posting shit about how he should be dead. Sarah Silverman posting things like, once we get the army behind us, we'll kill all fascists. You're talking about killing people, and that's not okay. That's not discourse.
Well, for one, you're right. It's not discourse. You're literally inciting violence against actual living human beings. But there has to be a balance on this kind of thing, right? So last fucking night, Saturday night. What's today's date? Today's the 18th. So Saturday night, the 17th of June, 2017. I saw where someone made a killing selling shooting targets, like for the range, like the human silhouette target, with Hillary Clinton's face on them.
Yeah, also not okay.
And I had to say, like, okay, I'm proud of you for your business savvy. Obviously, you made a bunch of money, but this is not fucking okay. That's the same implied fucking threat against Hillary Clinton as there was against Barack Obama. And I posted this on Facebook for God and everybody to see, because it's still not fucking right, no matter which side of the aisle you're on.
Yeah. And yeah, it's insane that we're led to believe that this is okay. And they talk down about the sponsors. They talk down about the sponsors of CNN. They talk down about the sponsors of the public and how bad they are for having pulled their funding. Like, no, they don't want to be associated with your brand with this kind of thing. If, God forbid, another one of these fucking psychopaths goes on Capitol Hill and tries to actually do something, that's on your head.
Yeah, there's something that seems to escape people these days about the fact that when you directly instigate some sort of violence against someone, that blood is on your fucking hands. I don't care how you try to make some sort of equivalency of, well, I didn't actually pull the trigger. You're the one that told, like, okay, so the news story about that chick that told the dude to breathe carbon monoxide, she's fucking guilty because it's not, it's common fucking sense. You're a fucking bitch for doing this shit.
Yeah,
I'm really worked up.
That's a great example. This is a time where we've now convicted someone from first-degree manslaughter for convincing someone to commit violence against themselves. Yeah. She's as guilty in the murder as you are in this, implicit in the crime.
And listen, I'm all for free speech, but at some point you have to accept. I don't know. If you're going to ask me,
it's free speech. It's not freedom from consequence.
Yeah, well, I don't listen on a legal standpoint. I don't know where the line is drawn. That's something I haven't put enough thought into. But on a moral standpoint, legality aside, on a good and evil, black and white moral standpoint, if I tell you to do something and you go do it, I am at least partially culpable for the actions that you take based on the suggestion that I give to you. So when you go on the internet on a photo shoot and hold up a bloody mask of the head of President Trump, and then someone goes and starts trying to kill people, or people on Twitter, if you're a Trump supporter, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then someone goes and starts doing that shit. You planted that idea in their head, and you are culpable. You are morally fucking culpable.
So, yeah, you said it great.